everyone. My name is Bradley Davis, and thank you for checking out the Cinema Fans Podcast Show. I'm your host today, and I'm joined by Julius Fountain. How you doing today, Julius?
I'm doing great. Really glad to be here.
Oh yeah, me too. This is our first show. We're really excited about this. I've been wanting to do a podcast for some time. So what's the show about? Well, this show we're going to go over movie news, any movie reviews that we want to do. We've seen a movie over the weekend. We'll discuss them, and we'll take questions from the Facebook page. Now, how do you get your questions submitted to the Facebook page? It's simple. You go to Facebook, you type in Cinema Fans, and you'll see the Facebook group. The profile should have a picture of like theater seats. You ask to join the Facebook page. I'll surely request your submission, and and then every Saturday we'll put up a post on the Facebook page. Hey, we're taking movie questions for the show. All you gotta do is comment them down below, and maybe your question will be on the show. We have five of them today. Some really good ones. So that's basically what the show is going to be. I'm like super excited to do this. So let's get into it. All right. So the box office report. Let's see here. So number 1 was Happy Death Day. Number 2 was Blade Runner 2049. Number 3 was The Foreigner. Number 4 was It, and number 5 was The Mountain Between Us. I don't think we've both seen Happy Death Day, have we?
No, but I'm actually considering it now. Initially, when I saw the trailer, I kind of wrote it off as what looked like kind of a, not necessarily B movie, but kind of one of the, lower production value horror movies that we kind of see copy and pasted. And while I did think the idea was interesting, it wasn't completely original, but after reading the reviews, it looks like they've really taken it and kind of put their own spin on it, made it like entertaining while also kind of thematic and meaningful, which I think is pretty interesting, especially for, that genre, that subgenre of horror.
Oh yeah, and I mean Blumhouse, they've been knocking it out of the park this year with Get Out, Split, and now Happy Death Day. Had a $4 million budget, and it made $26 million opening weekend. That is crazy for a horror movie. They are knocking it out of the park. Blade Runner 2049 had a big drop off. It had a 53% drop off, which is normal for movies nowadays, but
doesn't make it any less disappointing.
Yeah,
because of what Blade Runner is.
Exactly. And now domestic numbers overall right now is at $60 million on a $150 million budget. It has $106 million worldwide. Not looking too great for Blade Runner. I love Blade Runner. I know Julius did too. I think it's number 1, right?
It's my favorite movie of the year so far.
Yeah, it's right below Logan for me. Logan is such a good movie, but Blade Runner 2049, phenomenal movie. If you've not, please go check it out. It is such a treat, and Villeneuve did such an amazing job with it as well. Coming in at number 3 was The Foreigner.
I'm kind of surprised that it's number 3, to be completely honest. Yeah. I thought it was going to be number 1, and I thought, because there's a lot of word of mouth when the trailer started circulating, at least from what I heard, and I think everyone seemed very excited for Jackie Chan's, like roaring back onto the screen. Yeah. But it is making, a little bit of money, so that's really all that matters. But I definitely thought it would be bigger than it was. I was looking at, I think, a 50 or 60 opening personally. That's kind of what I saw.
And I mean it's clearly made its budget back. It's doing really well overseas. It made $88 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, $88 million. It's already got to $101 million on a $35 million budget. I have not seen it. I know my friend Derek, shout out Derek, he saw it and he said he loved it. I think he put it in his top 10. I think he maybe put it out of his top 10. I'm not for sure, but everyone's saying Jackie Chan is amazing in it. They say it's one of his best performances on screen, which that's a pretty big deal. He's had some really good movies.
Yeah, people definitely don't. I don't think everyone recognizes his actual acting ability.
Yeah, exactly.
He is a great actor.
Yeah, they look at his his
physical prowess.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm actually interested in seeing it now. I like the trailers, but it didn't really intrigue me as much as as I wanted it to, but now
Yeah.
I'm actually like really interested in seeing it. I know it had an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it dropped right down to 53%, which was a huge drop.
Yeah, I definitely still plan on seeing it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, The Foreigner came in at number 3 with $12 million for its opening weekend. Number 4, It is still cruising along, making an additional $6 million on its. Let's see here. I think it's now on its 7th week.
Yeah, and I'm not. That's not a big surprise.
Yeah, oh
'cause,
no,
you know,
yeah, no. It's been doing very well at the box office. Warner Brothers actually had a pretty good year this year so far. Not with Blade Runner, but Annabelle Creation, Wonder Woman, It, and now they're having Justice League coming out soon. That's going to be a huge box office
Yep.
monster. So yeah, It. I loved it. I thought it was an amazing movie. It's one of the better horror movies of this year. I think it's the best horror movie of the year.
I agree.
But yeah, and I'm really excited to see what they do with part 2. And coming in at number 5 was The Mountain Between Us. Came in with $6 million. I think it's on its 2nd week, I think. Haven't seen it. I know the movie theater that I work at got it. I might check it out. I don't know.
I think the marketing was a little bit lax for this one.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they have done similar movies in the past, like, what was the movie? I think it came out last year. It was, it had, like, a really loaded cast, had to do with...
Yeah. Fox was a distributor, and, I know it has a $35 million budget, and it's made $30 million. It's about to break even.
I'm just saying, for that type of movie, I feel like they could have marketed it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have had a wider appeal.
And with Idris Elba and
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. Like,
what's her name? Good gosh, Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate Winslet. It should have made. I think it should have made a little bit more, but I don't know. I mean, I know the Rotten Tomatoes score isn't that great on the movie. I think.
What is it actually? I don't know.
I'm not for sure. I haven't heard that much about it, but I don't know. Yeah, you can look it up. I don't know. I mean, this box office was really slow, but at the same time, it's really, really big because, you know, Happy Death Day, I mean, it made a lot of money. It's off a $4 million budget.
Oh, yeah.
Made 26, yeah.
It's
okay.
43.
43%. Not great for The Mountain Between Us.
But praise from Idris Elba and Kate Winslet, though.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
which
Idris
isn't
Elba,
surprising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Idris Elba's always great in anything. Like even Dark Tower, he was really good in that.
That was one of the few good things about that movie. Yeah,
And Matthew McConaughey was good in that, but
he was excellent.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, that is it for the box office report. Pretty slow week, but also a pretty big week. Okay, so now into the world of movie news. Stallone took to Twitter that he's directing Creed 2. This is pretty big because Ryan Coogler directed the first one. That was my second favorite movie of the year in 2015, I think, the year that it came out. I'm actually pretty excited now. It's Stallone coming in and directing it. He's directed some really good movies.
I think Creed, you know, is definitely in his element, obviously, because Rocky.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's good that he's staying in his element. Personally, I think movies in the past that he's directed where, like, I know a lot of people either love or hate the Rambo movie he directed.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it. I know everyone loves it. Not everyone, but I know, like, yeah.
I have very mixed feelings about it, but I think that was mostly because that was not entire. I mean, it was in his acting element, but I didn't necessarily feel like it was in his creative element.
Okay.
And
did he write it?
I think he just directed it.
Okay.
But we might need to double check that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, the last Rocky movie he made, Rocky Balboa,
Mhm.
he directed that one? Did he? Rocky Balboa? Let's see here. Let's see who directed Rocky Balboa. I'm pretty sure it was him. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it was right.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Sylvester Stallone.
And that was well received.
I love that one. I
like-
think it's not my favorite Rocky movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the first one. But, yeah, I absolutely love that Love that. And didn't he? I think he produced. I think he was a producer on Creed.
I don't think he'll quite match Ryan Coogler, but I still think he's a solid replacement. Ryan Coogler is just such a talented director. Fruitvale, I love Fruitvale Station.
So you haven't seen Fruitvale Station?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, everyone raves about it. Creed was obviously a big one. Black Panther, I think that's the reason why he won't be directing.
Creed.
Creed 2 is because he's caught up in Black Panther, which Black Panther looks.
It's gonna be
amazing. But yeah, I'm stoked. I think everyone is really excited for Creed 2. I think they're not as excited, but they're still happy with Stallone coming back. So yeah, Rocky, Creed 2. I was about to say Rocky 2. Creed 2 is going to be directed by Sylvester Stallone, and I couldn't be more than happier with the choice that they went with. All right, a new trailer came out. New Mutants.
Yeah.
I know that we've been talking about this a little bit throughout the weekend when it came out. What was it? Friday night at like 3:00 in the morning, which was really dumb.
Yeah, and from what I understand, our initial reactions are actually kind of a little bit different than what other people have been thinking.
Yeah,
a lot of people have really been thinking, "Oh, this is genius!" You know, they're doing a horror movie in X-Men universe, but essentially my point was. I like the idea of the genre blending and making horror, but that's totally great. But New Mutants, why New Mutants? Like Josh Boone has said,
Julius, they had one comic in the whole entire run.
Yeah,
that had horror elements in it.
Yeah,
that's why.
So it's an entire horror trilogy now. That's what Josh Boone was saying, and he had a good interview. I don't know if you've read it or watched it.
I mean, he's been going on record saying it's a horror movie, which. It clearly is a horror movie. I hate the people that say that it's a superhero movie blended with horror elements. No, it's not. This is a straight horror movie.
And that's what he said too. He said it's and it's I don't know if you know about it, but the Demon Bear plot line.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone was coming up with.
Based it completely off that, and that's one story in this New Mutants line that has horror elements, and they're doing the entire trilogy based on that one tone.
So are they doing a trilogy with it?
Yes.
Really?
And it's gonna. He said they're all gonna be horror movies.
See,
I really can't get on. I don't like the sound of
it.
And
it's not because I don't like the sound of a superhero movie going into horror, the horror realm. No, of course, I love it when they genre blend these movies. I love it. But it just did not look like a superhero movie. It didn't. Like, it looked like a straight-up horror movie. And I was telling you about it. I feel like they had such a great idea for a horror movie, and they said, what can we do with this? I don't think we can market this right. I don't think we can get people to come see this movie, so what should we do?
We'll make it Marvel.
Let's slap that Marvel logo on the front, and let's slap that New Mutants logo on the front, and everyone will come see it. No, that's not the case. And the production value, too, looked awful. It looked like a TV show. It looked like a TV show.
That is one thing that I just find so strange. Why did it look like that?
I don't know. I really want to know what the budget was for this movie because it looks like it was like a $200,000 budget.
Yeah, the set building looked so, the set looked so vanilla.
It did.
Like a Walking Dead set.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like, I just got done watching a couple weeks ago, Cold of Chucky. A lot of those shots look like from Cold of Chucky. Not the sense of, from the shot, but the production value. It looked like it was cheaply made. And I don't like that with my superhero movies. I like them to have a pretty good budget. Any horror movie, a good budget. With it, I don't know. It just did not look good. Even, it even looked scary. I think that was the thing, too. It did not look scary at all.
I mean, it looks like it's really going for a Shutter Island type of...
Yeah, psychological...
Plus, they even did the thing, I know it's homage and all, but, the rubber wall effect, people coming through the wall, come on, that's been beaten to
Nightmare
death. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm
Street.
Street. So many people have paid homage to that. I think it's, I just don't, I think it's, they've stilted it up in order just to be knocked down. It kind of looks like it's set to fail.
And I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt because it's the first trailer. And, you know, we've seen bad first trailers, and the second one comes out, and it's amazing.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to make it any less of a horror movie because Josh Boone has said it is a horror movie. It's going to be a horror trilogy.
Yeah, I think that was I was kind of turning my head when he said it was a horror movie. Like, I was only listening to like horror movie, and I was thinking, oh, it's gonna have elements of horror. Okay,
Right.
It's gonna be a superhero movie at its core, but it's gonna have elements. No, it's a horror movie at its core. I don't know. I'm still interested to see how it's gonna turn out, but the first trailer did not sell me at all on it. Okay, so this little trailer, this other little trailer that dropped, Last Jedi. It looks okay.
Do we need to really talk about? I mean, like
It looks okay. You know, I mean, you know, it looks like it could be the best Star Wars movie ever.
I mean, if to be completely real, when the Force Awakens trailer first dropped, as a massive Star Wars fan, I obviously, you know, kind of lost my mind.
Yeah.
But with The Last Jedi, they threw so much at me at once.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what to do.
No,
I had like a complete nerd shutdown.
And I love that it didn't give anything away, but it made us leave that trailer asking more questions.
That's all it did, is ask so many questions.
Why can't other trailers do that? I don't understand. Like Justice League, you know, it's starting to spoil things a little bit in their trailers. This trailer, why can't you do exactly what Star Wars did, The Last Jedi?
Everyone tries. It just never works out.
Yeah, exactly. I've talked about this so much, and it shows in the newest trailer. The cinematography for this movie looks brilliant. It looks like nothing we've ever seen in a Star Wars movie before. I am like on board with what they're going with the story that they're telling with Rey. I mean, that ending shot where it gives me chills every single time when, you know, she's saying where do I need to know where I stand in all of this, and then Kylo Ren, oh my gosh, like do you think she's going to turn bad? Do you think she's going to go to the dark side or what? You think that's misleading?
I do. I can tell you this. I think someone will go dark, and I think someone will come back light. I think Kylo Ren will. I don't know if he'll come back to the light side in this one, but I definitely think it's.
Yeah. You think he'll have kind of like a Darth Vader kind of thing in the last one where he sacrifices himself, and then that's
No, I honestly think we're actually gonna see a little bit of light side Kylo Ren, you know, in action before the trilogy's over.
Okay, so you think
it's hard.
Do you think he'll turn good at the end of this one?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
Now I do think that the shot with Leia when he's about to shoot her cruiser down, I do think that was a mislead.
Oh yeah, I
don't think that's what that scene was at all, but I do think it was.
I was
Snoke.
Yeah, that's what I brought up. I didn't know if it was Leia or what if it's Snoke. What if this is when he finally turns back to the light side and he's about to shoot down Snoke's facility? I don't know, but it raises a lot of questions. I'm like Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
He looks awesome in this movie.
It has
awesome.
Yeah, it has all the elements I think to be the best, one of the best Star Wars movies we've ever seen.
Yeah, and it looks so different. It looks different from any other Star Wars movie we've had, and I love that. I love that because like I've gone on record saying that the Force Awakens it's not a complete ripoff of A New Hope, but it has the same tone as A New Hope.
Right.
You know, the fun space adventure kind of thing. This one, tone-wise, feels like Empire.
But I think it's still going to be something like we've never seen before.
Exactly. That's the same thing with Force Awakens. You know, we had a little, you know, they had a little bit of homages to some things and whatnot, which that's fine. J.J. Abrams did a great job with that, and I feel like Rian Johnson, he's directing this one. Yeah,
he's gonna knock it. I mean, not only is he a very like inventive, like just a great director, a sci-fi kind of visionary, but he is just he was definitely meant to direct this particular Star Wars movie.
And the same thing with Villeneuve with Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Where he brought this world back.
But added his own tone.
Added his own things. Told a completely different story. That's exactly what Rian Johnson's doing with this one. Oh, that trailer's so good. And the trailer got 120 million views in the 24 hours that it was released.
Yeah.
That is insane. So yeah,
I think we're pretty excited.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not that much to talk about because I think everyone loved the trailer. So yeah. Okay, so now Julius has a movie review to give. You've seen Old Boy.
Yes. And I'm talking about the original, the South Korean.
Yeah.
I know the review's a little bit outdated, but it was just the first time I had watched the movie. I'd been telling myself for so many years, even around when it came out, that I would watch it. I just had never gotten around to it for some reason. And I was having like a Quentin Tarantino marathon, like kind of like how I do, like, every other weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
And
everyone.
yeah.
And I did not bring that up. I did not finish Reservoir Dogs last night. It's like every single time I put that movie on, I fall asleep like right when what's his name? They get the cop. They get the cop like at the beginning. Like they the cops in the back of the trunk, they get him out.
Dude, you're going to love it.
Yeah, but so far it's really good. But anyways, continue with Old Boy.
I was just reading Quentin Tarantino was on the jury for the Cannes Film Festival when Old Boy was on it, and he was the one who pushed. He said this movie is the one that needs to win it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I think I should finally watch it tonight. And I watched it, and holy hell, it was an experience.
Yeah.
The twist
you were
is
talking
so I mean, this is just to its core, this is just an extremely screwed up story, but it is so emotionally resonant. It's like a human. It really explores the entire state of human emotion, and it's crazy because it's, it looks like a South Korean like kind of kung fu mystery, but
and everyone loves those things.
It is completely unravels into something so big we almost can't even fathom everything it's trying to tell us in one viewing.
Yeah.
It's such a very heady thematic movie, and the twist you're gonna be mind blown. And it's the cinematography and is amazing. It's really beautiful the way they shot it.
And do you have any interest of seeing the Spike Lee?
I don't, not at all. I'm not a big.
Everyone says not to even watch that.
See, I'm not a huge Spike Lee fan as it is. I mean, I respect Spike Lee.
Yeah,
he's
made some good movies.
Culturally, his movies definitely matter, but I'm just not a personal fan of his, at least not as much as other people are. And from what I hear, it's just they did not really add anything new to the movie. It was just like a basic American retelling, which really bothers me. I think Old Boy is the movie where if you're going to remake it in your country, you got to make it your own, because it is just that special.
Who was in
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at the poster for the Spike Lee one. I thought that was the James Bond guys. The one before Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
I've been hearing great things about it. I think that I'm going to sit down and watch it eventually. It sounds like it's badass. I've heard everyone talk about it's really violent.
It really is.
Got a really good message to it, and also a really good story to it as well.
But I definitely would not. This is definitely not a movie for the faint of heart. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
I almost would not even consider it an enjoyable watch. It's a very visceral, gritty, intense movie, pretty much from start to finish. And But it's so rich and rewarding once you finish it, and you will be emotionally and mentally drained. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
No, I'm gonna watch at some point. There's so many movies
Yeah.
I've not seen yet, and I will definitely put it on there on my list. Thank you so much, Julius, for reviewing that. That is Old Boy, the 2005 one. I don't know who directed it, but
I was Park Chan-wook, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now we're getting to the Facebook questions. Like I said, all you gotta do is go to Facebook, search up Cinema Fans. Should be right there. Click on it. Ask to join the group. I will happily accept your request. And every Sunday, I'll put up a post and I'll ask to take questions from you guys. Today we have 5 questions. Okay, so let's get into it. The first one comes from Tyler Nathaniel Yates. What's up, Tyler? Who do you think should be the villain of the Batman reboot? His question goes on a little bit more, but I think we're just going to keep it right there.
Oh man, let's think.
I liked the idea of bringing Deathstroke in. I thought that would have been really interesting, and they had what's his name attached to play the role. I cannot remember the actor's name. Let's find that out.
I do love Deathstroke as a villain. I kind of picture him being more of a middle chapter villain, but I would totally be on board to introduce Deathstroke in the first movie.
Yeah. I think he brings that physicality that most Batman villains don't really bring, except for Bane.
Yeah,
Joe Mangalo. Mangalo? Yeah, Joe Mangalo. That's who was supposed to.
No, hold on. Manganiello.
Manganiello.
Yeah.
Okay, I said
Oh, I know him.
Manganiello. Okay, he's a really good actor. Yeah, he was supposed to be Deathstroke, but then they scratched that. A lot of people say he's still going to be Deathstroke. No, I think he's came out and I think he's hinted that I'm not part of this anymore, which is a shame because I really was liking the idea of Deathstroke being in the movie.
Deathstroke is one of my favorite DC villains, not just Batman, but DC villains in general, because he's one of those villains that just has such a grayness about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a villain, but he's not completely a bad guy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think I love those kind of villains. The guys that think they're doing the right thing. They have a motive that makes a lot of sense. That
where you kind of ask yourself is there really a good and bad here?
Yeah, exactly. And but let's see here. I mean, we've already seen Penguin. We've already seen the Joker. I do not want to see the Joker. That's the thing. I do not want to see the Joker.
I'd like to see maybe a modernized Riddler.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
With a more serious take.
Jim Carrey's iconic role. No, that's a really tough one. I would like to see the Riddler. Oh man, maybe the Red Hood.
Red Hood. Oh, okay. Red Hood. Love the Red Hood, but he needs to be introduced later on.
Okay, yeah, I could. Yeah, okay, yeah. But I mean, it all comes down to. I know a lot of people think that Ben Affleck's going to be in this Batman reboot. I don't know if he is.
Does anyone really know?
I mean, the scandals that have been coming up recently with him, he's not happy with being Batman right now. He was supposed to direct this one, and then nope. I remember it was like every week he was saying he is directing it, and then he's not directing it. He finally came out and said he wasn't directing it. Matt Reeves is coming to direct it, which I'm really excited about.
He is direct. I thought he dropped out.
Yeah, no, yeah, the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War Planet Apes. Yeah, no, he's still attached. Yeah, he's.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty tough one. I would probably, if I had to give a clear answer right now, I think it would be Deathstroke. I think I'd like to see Deathstroke.
I agree. I think Deathstroke is good.
All right, now Greg Eubank.
I think.
Eubank. Okay, I'm sorry, Greg. He's in our cinema class. What is a guilty pleasure movie you have? Mine is The Wizard of Gore. Have not seen Wizard of Gore. Sounds interesting.
I know of it. I haven't seen it though.
Man,
there's so many To be completely honest.
I know. Yeah, I know. The one I always go after is Spawn. I have such a soft spot for Spawn, even the character. But the first Spawn, I mean, it's the only live action movie, but that one I love. I love to death. I remember seeing it as a little kid. I think I'll go with Spawn. I think that'd be my answer.
Let me think. I had an answer earlier, but I'm trying to just double check, make sure I don't have a better one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there are a lot, but the one that's coming to my head right now is Project X.
Okay, yeah, I love Project X.
Yeah, terrible, terrible
Yeah.
reviews, but I just thought it was. Maybe it was because I watched it when I was like a sophomore in high school, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
these guys are so funny and so cool. Like, this movie is hilarious, and it is still kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Another one too. I mean, that one I remember watching. I was like, "Wow, is this really what high school parties are like?"
Yeah,
You go to a high
not
school
at all.
party. It's like, no, never mind. That's not. Another one. Have you seen Dude Where's My Car?
Yes.
I love that movie.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
I I know a lot of people like it's kind of like a cult movie, but I just thought it was. Some of the scenes are so ridiculous.
That's the beauty of that movie. I remember watching that movie on like repeat as a kid. I think it was Spawn, that, and Blade. I think there was that's a weird mixture. Of
Yeah,
movies.
it really is.
And being like a 6-year-old kid watching those movies, I think those are like, and even like Spawn Trinity. I think that's, not Spawn Trinity.
Blade Trinity.
Blade Trinity. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the third one.
Yeah, I would put that in as a guilty pleasure of mine too. I love the scene where Wesley Snipes, he gets injected like this venom. He gets up and he has a fucking erection. It's the funniest thing. It comes out of nowhere and it's so funny. But thank you so much, Greg, for submitting that question. On to the next one. Casey Questenberry Draper writes, Cassie. Sorry, God.
Every time.
Yeah, I know.
He reads it as Casey.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I do.
Yeah. Shout out to Cassie.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. But her question is, what's your favorite rom-com? Mine is 13 going on 30. I love 13 going on 30.
Great movie.
And Andy Serkis is in that movie? Yeah.
I don't remember that.
He plays the boss, the fashion designer.
Wow, that's interesting. I do not even remember. See, it's been a while since I've seen it.
And Mark Ruffalo's in that movie too.
I do remember him being in it. There are so many rom-coms that I just really love. But I think, I know it's kind of a cliche classic, but I really love, The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman,
oh yeah,
just so good. And it's just, quirky. It was so quirky for the time. And
most definitely. It probably shocked a lot of people when you go see it back in then.
I love The Graduate. So so as of now, I'm going to go with The Graduate.
It's really tricky. I would say mine is 500 Days of Summer. That movie, I know you haven't seen it.
I know. I've read about all the praise.
I think it is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's best performance he's ever given. It is really good. It is really good. I like Don John too. That was a pretty good movie too.
See, it's funny because so many people will read the description of that movie and be like, "This is not a rom-com."
Yeah, exactly. But it's not. Yeah. No, it's.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Very goofy and quirky
But 500 Days of Summer, like the way that the story's told, it's such a good movie. And I think that it brings a lot of light to relationships, like how people view relationships, and I can't remember the girl's name that's in it as well, but she is phenomenal in that movie. All right, thank you so much, Cassie. I said it right, Cassie, for that question. And the last one, I guess is one directed towards me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give us a little bit of context on that one.
Okay, yeah. So Aaron Fraser writes, "What's your favorite part of filming Mystic Rock?"
Mystic Rock. Yeah, what is Mystic Rock?
Mystic Rock was a film that a classic. It's a classic film. Aaron, when I went to this daycare center, I can't remember what the daycare center was. It was,
Was it Rainbow Riders?
Yeah, it's like maybe it's.
And Radford.
Yeah, like
Radford.
right below McCard. That one.
I don't see. I remember there were
like the elementary school right up there.
Okay.
Like right down below. There's like a baseball field.
Gotcha.
And the daycare's
Gotcha.
right there. I remember it was, the summer of 06, maybe 07. I cannot remember. It was the year that Transformers came out. I remember that because as a kid I was like really excited about that movie. But we had these little groups we can go into, and I obviously went to the filmmaking one. Aaron was the guy in charge of it. We wrote a movie. He wrote a movie. It was called Mystic Rock. It was about a kid who finds a magical rock that can turn him invisible and give him all these kind of powers and whatnot. And in that movie, I was the bully. I was the bully that went around, punched kids in the face, picked on them and whatnot. And it's it's such a cheesy movie, but so good. Let's see your favorite. Oh man. God, I don't know. I remember there was one scene where I remember when we were shooting, I really enjoyed it. It's like a scene where like I get the rock and I turn invisible and like I open up a door from the outside to get into the classroom. I think that was my favorite part, but like it's been so long since I've seen that movie. And then another one too is where like I think it was my brother. It was either my brother or the kid that I was picking on in the movie. Like I pick him up from the shirt, and the way that we shot it was that I had him up here, but like he was standing on a chair.
Right.
So he's up here up in his face. I think that was maybe my second favorite. But yeah, oh man. Aaron, we need to hang out sometime. Have not seen you in forever. But yeah, anyways, guys, I think that will wrap it up. Thank you so much for checking out the Cinema Fans Podcast show.
Good questions today. Good questions.
Oh yeah. No. Make sure to submit. People that are listening, make sure to submit some. We will. I think what we're going to try to aim for is like 5 questions, maybe 5 or 4 questions. Every Sunday, and also I forgot to mention the show will be up on every Sunday. So we get to talk about all the stuff that happened throughout the week. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out the Cinema Fans Podcast show. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to go request to be on the Facebook page so you can submit your questions on there. And I think that'll do it. Thank you so much.